I'ma tell you this one time. Boy, I want you to be mine. Can I come see you now? Can I lay with you?
I usually don't talk through when I'm doing my makeup. I kind of do voiceovers most of the time, or I don't talk at all. I just let music play over it. But I wanted to make this video because everybody learns different. So some people want to see me actually talking through while I'm doing my makeup. It might be kind of difficult in some parts because, for instance, when I do my eyebrows, I can't talk or do anything while I'm actually doing it. So I'll try my best to get through the video and explain thoroughly and in detail everything that I'm doing. I'm not sure how long this video is going to be with me talking through it, but we will see. When I start my makeup, the first thing that I like to do is moisturize my face. That's going to be one of the biggest things that make or break your makeup, because if your skin is dry or not clean and then you just go in and apply makeup over it, it's not gonna look good. So I like to use the CeraVe moisturizing cream. I like to use the lotion or the cream from CeraVe, and I also like to mix this oil in it. They both work together really well to moisturize my face. I'm gonna mix the two together, moisturize my entire face. I also like to bring it down a little bit, you know, just to get my neck everywhere, forehead, eyelids, under the eyes, everywhere. And also, I might not look up at you guys or at the camera every time I'm talking. I might be looking down here because that's where my mirror is, or over here at the viewfinder, because I'm gonna be looking at myself while I'm talking to you guys as well. Everyone does their makeup differently, but I like to start my makeup with my eyebrows. That's always been the order that I've done it with. If I don't do my eyebrows first, I feel weird, so that's the order that I like to go in. But I use this Becca primer, and what I'm gonna do, so it's a mattifying primer, so it makes your skin super dry wherever you apply it. So I like to put a little bit of it on the, damn, this shit is almost done. I had this for like 9 years. It's so good, and you only need a little bit. You guys probably can't even see that. And with my finger, and then apply it through my eyebrows. Just rub it through both eyebrows. And then before it dries, because it is going to dry and it might look a little white, I'm going to brush my eyebrows upwards. And then once it's brushed upwards, I'm going to smooth it out so that it's laying down upwards. I'm going to do the same to this brow. So I did the same to both brows. But I'm not going to draw it like just like this. I'm going to just do little strokes like that at the bottom. And once I do that line at the bottom, I'm going to brush it up again. It's going to make little lines in my eyebrows basically. I'm not filling them in so that they're super dark. I'm just filling it in where the hair looks a little like sparse, so that the brows can look more full. If you have full eyebrows, you probably don't have to fill them in as much, but my eyebrows aren't really full, so I have to go in and make them look fuller. And it's all about preference really, because some people don't like their eyebrows to look full. Some people want their eyebrows to look thinner or sparse. Some people like their eyebrows to be thicker. So you just want to fill it in how you ultimately want your eyebrows to look. Do you guys see that pimple right there? That's making it a little difficult to fill in my eyebrows, but it's cool. It's cool. I also got another one right here and right here. I'm going through it, y'all. Once it looks how I want it to look, I'm going to leave that alone and then move on to the next brow. Yeah, I've been taking so long on my eyebrows because eyebrows suck. Like, sometimes they look good, sometimes they don't. Sometimes one looks amazing, the other one doesn't. Oh, it's just luck and chance, in my opinion. So that's it for filling in the brows. Now I'm going to carve out the bottom of my brow. I'm going to be using the E.L.F. Camo Concealer, and I'm in the color Deep Chestnut. I think I use another color, but I'm using Deep Chestnut today. This brush that I'm using to carve out the bottom of my brows, it doesn't have a name or a number, so I can't tell you guys what it is, but I'm going to show you guys so you can see the type of brush that it is. Okay. Now I'm going to take this brush with my concealer and I'm going to just line the bottom of the brow. Sorry guys, I didn't really talk through that part because, like I said, it's really hard for me to carve out my brows or do my brows and talk. But you just want to go in with the concealer and just follow the line at the bottom of your brow. If you have like little hairs that are growing out under it, you're going to put the concealer over it just so your brows look super sharp, super defined. And this is starting to make a base for your eyes so that your eyelids later on will be seamless like the rest of your face. So I'm going to go in and then do this on my other brow as well. Yeah, I'm just going back on the other one and putting some of that leftover concealer on it. You guys, I also have this handheld mirror that I'm gonna be holding at certain times so that I could just get a little closer and see close up what I'm doing, and just to get a little more precise in certain areas. Yeah, when I'm doing my makeup, I be moving in so many different angles and positions because it's like you got to look at it from different points of view so that you can see what you're doing. So when it comes to blending out the under eye concealer, I found the perfect brush. So this is the Morphe E13 brush. I don't know why I bought it. I think I was just buying random makeup brushes to do my makeup and stuff. And yeah, this is how true it is. Let me show y'all. 3 more of them in the mail yesterday because I'm like, this brush is literally perfect. It's just this, I don't even know, like a tapered fluffy brush, but it's not too loose. It's kind of compact, so it makes blending out your concealer super easy. So I'm gonna take this brush now and blend out the concealer under my eyes. When I'm blending out the concealer under my brow, I'm also going to be starting to bring it down onto my eyelid to kind of just prep my lids for when I'm gonna put foundation and concealer on them later. And if you have darker eyelids, this will help just to cover up some of that discoloration from now, so when you get to that point, it already have like started to been covered, if that makes sense, you guys. Also, you guys, with everything that I do, foundation, concealer, whatever, I like to wipe off the brush or the sponge, whatever I'm using, while I'm blending it out to get rid of some of that product so that it'll blend better. Also, could take your finger, I take my finger towards the end and kind of just wipe a little bit off because sometimes it could be a little too much. I'm going to be using the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched face base for my primer today. I went like that because I don't know if this is actually a primer. Well, yeah, I think face base means like, that's another way to say primer. Whatever. I don't know. But I'm going to put a good amount of this on. And y'all, this just adds to the moisture that's already in my face from the moisturizer and the oil that I put on earlier. And I love this. I think this is like my top two, one of the top two primers that I've been using recently. It's so good. I got it as a sample, and then I went back and repurchased the travel size, but next time I think I want to buy the big bottle because I use it so much because it's so good. So good. When I use this, my foundation literally melts into my skin. It's like I'm not even blending it in. It just, I think you guys should try it if you're looking for a really nice primer. It is a little pricey, but yeah, this is a really good primer. If I'm not using the Milk Hydro Grip, this is what I grab when I'm doing my makeup. So for foundation today, I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter matte foundation. I'm in the color, I'm in the shade 450, but I'm going to be using this, but I'm also going to put a little bit of the Maybelline Fit Me matte and poreless, and this is in the shade 360 Mocha. So I'm going to mostly be using the Fenty, but I like to put a little bit of that Maybelline in there. I don't know, I feel like the two of them mixed together gives you this really nice smooth effect on your face, and I just like the way the two of them look together. So I'm gonna put I do like two pumps there, a little bit on my chin. I put some on my forehead, and then I take a little brush and I like to take a little bit of the Fit Me and just rub it in between. I don't mix the two first and then put it on because I don't know, I just don't like to do that. I feel like it goes on pretty well and it still blends well when it's like this. I'm gonna take the same brush and kind of start playing with it on my forehead, and then I'm gonna carve out the brows, y'all. Now I'm gonna carve out the top of my brow. Y'all see, this brow looks way thicker. Right now, my favorite brush to blend out my foundation is the E.L.F. Ultimate Blending Brush. And I'm just going to start blending the foundation all over my face. I'm going to blend it, and I'm using this, how do I describe it? I'm not really dragging like this and rubbing. If you do that, it'll leave streaks in your makeup, so I'm kind of like pushing and pulling. I don't know how to describe it, but I'm like pressing it. Yeah, I'm pressing it into my skin. It might look like I'm dragging it because I'm moving so fast, but you don't want to drag. On the neck, I do drag a little bit like that, just because your neck is different than your face. But for the face, you want to bounce your brush up and down to blend in that foundation really well. It's pretty good for now. Yeah, I think my face is pretty good for right now with that brush. I'm gonna keep it on standby though, because we're gonna go back to that in a little bit. Two reasons why I like to use a small brush like this on my forehead and not the foundation brush is, one, I'm not clumsy, but when I use that big brush on my forehead, I be getting the foundation all in my hair. Y'all see, for one, it helps me to work around my eyebrows without messing them up, because when I use the big brush, I tend to like mess up my eyebrows sometimes, and that's annoying because then I gotta go back in and fix it. And also to work around my hairline, because y'all know I usually wear frontals or whatever, and you don't want to get the foundation into your front, so you want to go as close to like your hair as possible. I do go over the little baby hair a little bit in between there, but you don't want to get it in it, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm going to take this beauty sponge. It looks like a beauty blender, but it's not. I got these off of Amazon, and I'm gonna have them linked down below because these sponges are so good, and you get a good amount of them in the pack for a decent price. And I'm just gonna take it and I'm going to just press that foundation into my skin even further and just make it more seamless and make everything look so flawless. Now it's just gonna pick up some of the excess product and just make sure everything is blended. If you missed a little crease somewhere, this is going to take care of it. Now we're ready to conceal our under eyes, our chin, everything like that. And the concealer that I like to use for that is the Nars Soft Matte Concealer. This is a really good concealer for your under eyes. If you want your under eyes to look super flawless and just super smooth, this is the concealer. And it comes in a pot, so you have to use a brush to apply. I'm just picking up any little brush and I'm going to apply it to my under eyes. And I don't know, some people say like you're supposed to apply concealer in a certain shape under your eye for a certain effect. I don't really get into all of that. This is just how I apply my concealer. I don't know if that affects the way my face shape looks or whatever. I don't know, but I'm just applying it under my eyes, down the side of my nose, up this way, down the bridge of my nose. I'm gonna put some here, corner of my mouth. I put some on the top of my lip because I got a little mustache, y'all, and yeah. And then I like to go up on the forehead a little bit and just follow the shape of my brows like that. Fan that out a little bit. Okay, that's all the places that I conceal. And then I'm going to take my beauty sponge and I'm going to blend out everything. Okay, so now that I'm finished blending with the sponge, I'm going to go back in with my foundation brush. Now I'm going to go around the edges like here and blend that in. And this is just going to remove like any harsh line that you may have between your concealer and your foundation. Press it in, go around it. And no, this is not going to tone down your concealer, well, in a way, but it just helps to blend everything together so you have one seamless face and you're not just sitting there with like light, brown, dark, you know what I mean? Like it's just not, you can't see, it's just supposed to be one flowing face. So I like to go in with a second concealer, and this is the Lancome Teint Idole Ultra Wear Concealer. I'm in the color, I'm in the number 500. But yeah, and I'm going to put a little bit just in the corner of my eye, nowhere else. On both sides. I just want to help to brighten up your under eye a little bit more. If you want to go lighter to get that more dramatic effect, you can, but this is just a little bit lighter, kind of the same color as the first concealer that I used. So yeah, but before we blend this out, I'm going to get my powder ready. I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent and medium deep and translucent, and I'm going to mix the two while that's sitting there a little bit, because as soon as you blend that out, you want to set it with the powder before it creases or anything. So I like to set up my powder and everything, have it open so that it's ready. So I pour some of the medium deep, that's too much, and then I'm gonna take the translucent, I have a little mini one, and I'm gonna pour some of that into the cap as well. So now the two colors are in the cap together, and I'm gonna mix the two. Depending on your skin tone, you can get away with using either or, like by themselves. You could use medium Z by itself, or you could use translucent by itself. But for me, medium Z doesn't give me like a highlighted look, and translucent can make me look a little ashy or white because it's too light for me. But the two of them mixed together is perfect. Yeah, so I mixed that, and I'm gonna have that sitting there, so when I'm ready we could go straight from blending out this concealer to putting the powder on. So I'm gonna go back in with my sponge again and blend it out. Yes, so now that I'm finished blending that out for the powder, I'm going to dip my sponge in it, right? So you see how all that powder is on there. I'm not going to use all of that. I'm going to put it into my palm. Just tap it into my palm like that. And then I'm going to use whatever's on the sponge. And then as I go, if I need to pick up some more powder, I don't have to dip back into the cap. I could just dip onto my hand, and when that runs out, then I'll go back into the cap. And that just helps you to not use too much powder, which will give you like a cakey look. And it also helps you to save product, so you're not using or like blowing off the product into the air. Because some people, they dip it and then they go, you ever seen somebody do that before? That's just wasting product. All your product is flying all over the place. So when you're tapping in your hand, you're saving your product. And I like to look up when I'm doing this to just make sure that I'm getting all those little creases that are under your eye, side of your nose, the eyelids, basically everywhere where you put concealer before, you're gonna set with the powder. My nose is the most important place for me to set because that's the part of my face that gets super oily. My forehead does too, but not as oily as my nose. Like literally before the video's over, you guys will probably see me powder my nose again because it'll get oily. So now we're gonna go to the chin, around the mouth, top of the lip, cover the mustache. Okay, I think we're almost done. Now I'm going to take some powder and I'm going to put it here. I don't even know how to explain, but under my jawline, I guess. Yes, under the jawline, and drag it all the way to your chin. That's just gonna help to sculpt my face a little better when I start putting on my bronzer and stuff. So that's it for the setting powder. I'm done setting. Forgot this step to show you guys. So I'm gonna pick up a little more powder and I'm gonna press it into my eyebrows. Do you guys see that? How my eyebrow just turns so neutral and so matte. It's not black and shiny anymore. It gives more of a natural look. That's what you can do to tone down your eyebrows. If you put on your pencil or whatever and it looks a little too dark, you can just put some powder on it when you're setting your face and it'll just help to tone them down a little bit. I want to go in with this MAC single pot eyeshadow in the color Saddle, and this is just a shadow that's this brown color. It's darker than my skin tone. I'm going to put this all over my lids to just give that dimension. I'm going to use this big fluffy brush so that it's kind of fluffed out and it's not too, you know, defined. You want to get that into the front of your eyebrow, kind of get ready for when you do your nose contour because it's going to blend into here. So I like to put the shadow, make sure it goes here, so when you do your nose bronzer or your nose contour, it's going to blend together. And I'm going to put this all over there, all on my lid. So do you guys see the difference between this eye that has nothing on it and this eye that has the shadow on it, creating that dimension? Can you guys see it? And if you want, you can even go darker, like darker than what I went, if you want to have like a really dramatic definition in your eye. Now I'm going to go with bronzer. I'm using the Morphe Glambronze in Trailblazer. And for the bronzer, I'm using this tapered brush. And I'm going to start applying it right here. I'm tapping it. I'm not brushing it. I'm going to tap it along my jawline, right under my cheekbones, up into the hairline. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. And this is just going to help your face to look defined. If you have a fatter or rounder face like I do, then this step is crucial in your makeup because it helps you to not just look like a big flat ball, kind of. That's the best way that I could describe it. Yeah, tap that in until I feel like it's enough bronzer and it's good. Just a random little fluffy brush, same bronzer, and I'm going to come down, start from the brows where my shadow is, and come down on the side of my nose. And I'm not going down here. I forgot whose video I seen. It was some makeup artist or something, and she basically said that you can always change the way your bridge looks. Your bridge look narrower, more narrow or wider, but you can't change the shape of the tip of your nose. The tip of your nose is always going to look the way it looks, whether it's small, whether it's big. You can't really change the way it looks too much, so you should focus on making the bridge look how you want it to look. So before, I know some people used to come all the way down here. That doesn't make sense. So I stopped like right here. Then as before, that the shadow is going to blend into the nose contour to make it look more natural. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. And you guys know, bronzing the sides of your nose is just going to contour and help it look slim. Now, if you don't want to change the shape of your nose and make it look a little snatched and, you know, more narrow, you don't have to do this. But if you want to, it is a really good tip. And then I'm just taking the bronzer up into my eyebrows to help it look a little more natural. I don't do too much to my nose because I like my nose. I think I got a really cute nose, you guys. But now I'm gonna go in with the Makeup by Mario Soft Pop Powder Blush, and it is in the color Wildberry. I'm going to smile a little bit. I probably like that's how you smile. Smile a little bit and just put that on the apples of my cheek, and also take it up a little bit. You don't want to just put your blush here, like here, and leave it. You want to take it up a little bit, because putting your blush here only makes you look very unnatural and kind of whatever. And you don't even really see it. It just gives you this little like flush look. It's not something that you're like seeing like, oh, she has on blush. It's kind of like something that's gonna be like, that looks nice, but you don't really know like the blush is there on your nose, you know. Take this really big fluffy brush. I got this from like TJ Maxx a long time ago. I tried to look online for it because I want another one because it's so good, but I can't find it. You guys know like TJ Maxx and Burlington in them, it's like whatever you find, that's what it is. But yeah, I'm just gonna take this brush and just brush the powder off that I put on my jawline earlier, and I'm also going to just go all around my face, and that's gonna just help everything blend together and look seamless and cohesive. It's not gonna mess up your makeup if everything was set with the powder before. Everything is just going to start morphing together a little better. So that we are finished with the face, I'm going to shake up my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Setting Spray. This is what it looks like. Best setting spray ever. And I'm going to spray my entire face with it. I'm gonna hold my lace so it doesn't mess up my hair, but I like to put a good amount of this just because it really helps your face to look flawless like it says in the name. And I'm going to use this little handheld fan that I have, and I'm just going to fan my face a little bit until this dries down, and then we're going to move on to our eyes. Face has dried down with the setting spray and everything, so now I'm going to move on to my eyes. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this Morphe eyeliner. It's a liquid eyeliner pen, and I'm going to go across the top of my eyes. I can't do eyeliner and talk, you guys, so I'm going to try to explain what I'm doing. So I'm just going to go from the inner corner of my eye to the outer corner and just make a line. I'm not doing a wing, I'm just making a line. And what this is going to help do is that when you put on your lashes and stuff, it's going to help make your eyes look seamless. Because, you know, if you don't line your eyes and you put on lashes, you can kind of see the band and stuff. It makes a huge difference. I don't know if you guys can see on camera, but just adding that black line, it just makes your eyes pop and make you look completely different already. Now I'm going to go in with my favorite mascara, the Benefit Bad Gal Bang. I'm just going to coat my top lashes with this really well so I could get ready for when we're applying the lashes. Okay. Now, if you don't like to use mascara on your natural lashes, I know some people don't because some people it pulls out their lashes. You don't have to, but I just find it way easier to apply my lashes when there's something on my eyelashes already and it's just not my natural lashes, because you know your hair has like natural oils on it and stuff, so I feel like it doesn't stick as good. But if you don't want to use mascara, you could skip this step. My lash glue, I like to use the Duo Lash Glue, and this is the quick set one. I think it comes in the blue box. I like to apply it directly to the lash, to the band of the lash. Just put a nice thin coat across the band. But now I'm going to take this really fine brush. It's just a regular little pencil brush, and I'm going to put some glue on it. Right, you guys, this is going to be a game changer. For people who don't know how to put on lashes, this might help you a little bit because I used to struggle as well. So with the lash glue that's on the brush, what you're going to do is you're going to take it and you're going to place little dots of the lash glue onto your eyelid where you want the lash to sit. Really close to your lash line. Just place 3. I like to do 3. 1 on the outer corner, 1 in the middle, and 1 in the inner corner. And as soon as you place it there, you want to do one eye at a time. So as soon as you place the glue there, you're going to take your lash, which we had sitting there with the glue on it already. So that should be tacky by now, because this lash glue that I use is the quick set. You're going to take it and then you're going to just place it directly onto the glue, what you just put down on your eyelid. So basically what's going to happen is the glue that you have on the lash already, see how fast that was? Now I just have to fix it. But the glue that you had on your lid already is going to kind of adhere to the glue that you put on the lash, like way better than you just taking the glue on the lash only with nothing on your eyelid and trying to connect it. So the two, having the glue on your eyelid and then having it on the lash as well, just makes it stick a lot easier and better. That's a little tip that I learned that helped me go from taking literally 25 minutes to put on my lashes to putting them on in like 5 seconds. But black eyeliners for my waterline, I'm not too picky because I feel like they're all the same in my opinion until I find one that I really love. I feel like they're all the same, but I'm just gonna, it's retractable, so I'm just gonna ding it up a little bit, and then I'm going to line my waterline. And your waterline is basically right inside of your eye where your eyelashes are. A lot of people don't like doing this because they feel like they're gonna poke themselves in the eye, but once you do it a few times, see, I just felt that like I was poking myself in the eye. But when you feel like that, you just want to take a little break, because right now I feel like my eyes are going to start watering. Just take a little break, a little breather, fan your eye a little bit, and then you go back. Like that. That's it for the bottom. And then I also like to go right here. Do you guys see? I'm going to come a little closer to show you guys. So do you guys see this space right here on the top? between from the inner corner to where the lashes start, I'm gonna put it in there as well, right here. And just like the liner at the top, it's just making you look like everything is in one. Like it's not like a gap where there's no eyeliner and then you just have this black eyeliner starting. So I like to get the black in my waterline and in the inner corner as well. Mascara again, my Benefit mascara, best mascara for your bottom lashes. You guys, with everything, practice really makes perfect, or practice makes progress. I heard people saying that instead of practice make perfect. But because before, when I first started wearing like bottom mascara, yeah, I legit would start crying. Not crying tears, but my eyes would be watering so bad that my whole face would get messed up. Like seriously. But now I can do my waterline and my bottom mascara without my eyes watering at all. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to set my face again, you guys. So the first setting spray that we use, the Charlotte Tilbury, that was more to just really make it look flawless. It is a setting spray, but it says it helps to prevent creasing, it helps your face look flawless and airbrush. But now I'm gonna go in with the Morphe continuous setting spray, and this is more, in my opinion, to hold everything in place. Once I apply this, it doesn't matter if I sweat, if my eyes run, if whatever, the makeup is not gonna move. So I'm gonna apply this one now. And I'm gonna let this dry again with my little handheld fan, and then we will be back to finish the look with my lips. Wipe my lips off with a little tissue in case I got any product on it, whatever, and then I dab it with the sponge so that a little bit of product get on my lips. Not a lot, but just a little bit. So for my lip liner, I have two that are my favorites. I like to use the MAC lip liner in Chestnut, or I like to use the Makeup by Mario lip liner in the color Jeff. They're both equally nice. I like both of them, but today I'm gonna use Chestnut. Okay, so once I line it and that line like is there that you can definitely see, I'm gonna shade in the corners, like right here. I'm just gonna fill the corners in the lip liner. Lip gloss, I'm going to use the Milani Keep It Full Nourishing Lip Plumper. This is in the color Soft Rose, and I'm just gonna put a few dots of this in the center of my lip here. And then I'm gonna rub my lips together. And then I think I need a little bit more of that at the top. Okay. And this is just my favorite lip combo when I want like that, you know, natural gradient look where it's like it's brown but it's pink. Y'all know what I'm talking about, that look. And then I'm gonna go with the clear gloss and just blend in the corner so that the middle is blended in with the brown. I mean the pink is blended in with the brown at the corners. This little fluffy brush, and I take the powder and I press the brush into it, and I'm going to press this under my eyes, focusing on the side of my nose, under my eyes. And this powder literally just makes your face look flawless. Like, the name is not lying. Like, I also get my chin, and it just adds that extra layer of finish for your face. And then I just blend it in really nicely. It also helps me with my nose being oily. I don't know if you guys noticed, my nose got back oily already, like I was telling you guys before. But yeah, I pressed the powder in. I will be back to talk to you guys in a second once I fix my hair and stuff, okay? So yeah, you guys, this is the finished look. I really like how it turned out. I also enjoyed filming this video because, as you guys may or may not know, this is my first time filming such an in-depth video, like talking through everything and taking you guys along with me with the steps I'm taking, what I'm doing, why I'm doing some of the things that I'm doing. So yeah, I hope this video helps someone, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time.